You're not dreaming. The Knicks are up 3-1 on the Boston Celtics. One game away from getting to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 25 years. The Knicks have gotten a double dose of great news, and we're here to talk about it on today's show. But first, if you want to close out the Celtics in their place at the fake Garden, hit that thumbs up icon. I don't want this to go back to MSG for Game 6. End it in Boston. Let's go Knicks. Welcome into Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody being here. And it still feels surreal. It feels unreal. I really cannot believe it at this point. The New York Knicks made a major move last night to get that much closer to putting one of those things in the rafters at Madison Square Garden. Before we move on from this series, though, you got to get one more win. Job's not finished. It's not a race to 3 wins. It's not a race to 2 or 1. It's a race to 4 wins. And the Boston Celtics are still the NBA champions. And I'm not going to say this series is over until the Knicks win 4 games. I'm hoping they do it in Game 5. Let's not even F around because I don't want to find out. Find a way to beat them in Game 5 at their place. Before we go any further into today's show, I do want to wish the best for Jayson Tatum and the injury that he sustained last night. With the Knicks up by 9 and less than 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Jayson Tatum fell to the ground and was in serious pain. At the time of filming this video, we have not gotten an update on Tatum and his injury. There's been a lot of speculation out there of what the injury could be. Not really going to do that on today's show. I'm just wishing the best for him. He was playing a heck of a game last night. He's a good dude. And even though I think he's a front runner, I don't want to see anybody get hurt. And I also want to beat the Boston Celtics at full strength. But I'm hoping for a quick and speedy recovery for Tatum. He deserves it. Show him some love in the comments. Let's hope he gets better really, really quick. Let's talk about the Knicks, though. And let's start with Jalen Brunson. I'm just going to read off some tweets here of Jalen Brunson and the things that he is doing. And they're all coming from Tommy Beer. Shout out to Tommy Beer on Twitter. Best account on there that covers the Knicks. The data that he pulls is unreal. Jalen Brunson is just the 5th player over the past 50 years to average 30-plus points and 8-plus assists over the first 10 games of postseason. The other 4, Jokic, LeBron, Harden, and a guy named Michael Jordan. Brunson is the only player in NBA history to average 30-plus points, 8-plus dimes, and fewer than 3 turnovers through 10 games. The most points scored in the fourth quarter over the first 10 games of a postseason in the NBA's play-by-play era. Number 1, Jalen Brunson, 102 points. Number 2 and 3, Kobe Bryant. Number 4, Steph Curry. And number 5, Kobe Bryant. A complete list of the players, of all players, in NBA history to average 30-plus points, 8-plus assists, and fewer than 3 turnovers through 10 playoff games. Jalen Brunson 1, number 2, nobody. Jalen Brunson also leads the NBA in clutch time points in the postseason. When a game is within 5 points and you're in the final 5 minutes of the game or overtime, that's what clutch time is, and Brunson has scored 102 points in the clutch. The second highest is Anthony Edwards with 68 points. Brunson also leads all postseason players in the NBA in fourth quarter assists. He has dished out 16 assists and just committed 3 turnovers. Brunson is looking at the rafters at Madison Square Garden in that picture. Soon enough, he'll be looking at number 11 flying in that stadium. Nobody ever will wear this jersey again. We are lucky for Jalen Brunson to be a New York Knick. He saved New York City basketball, and he's just getting started. Special player, an even better dude, and a special person. Very, very thankful to Mark Cuban and the Dallas Mavericks. We appreciate you. So the first bit of good news, you're 1 win away from the conference finals. Even better news, the odds makers out west, the geniuses, they have the New York Knicks as the odds-on favorite to win the Eastern Conference. plus 120. The Pacers are 2-1. The Cavs are 4-1. And the Boston Celtics are 17-2 at plus 850. Las Vegas thinks the New York Knicks are not just going to win this series, but they are going to win the next series. And also, the Knicks have the third best odds of any team left in the playoffs to win the NBA Finals. OKC, the odds-on favorite at minus 105. Heavy favorites. The Timberwolves are 5-1. The Pacers are 6-1. Or the Knicks are 6-1, and the Pacers are 9-1. So the Knicks have the best odds in the Eastern Conference and the third best of any team left in the playoffs. Before you get to the finals, though, you got to win this series. And Game 5 will be this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And still, Las Vegas, despite having the Knicks as the favorites to win this series and the next series and get to the finals, they have the Boston Celtics as 5-point favorites in Game 5. Good. Keep doubting us. Keep saying we can't do it. I think we've learned this team is going to find a way to find a way. And I need you to find a way to join us here live on the channel for Game 5. We've been live for every game of the postseason. We've had over 100,000 viewers tune into every game this series. Over 160,000 viewers last night. And I want you to be there for Game 5, the best place on YouTube for live coverage of the New York Knicks. If you want to watch this game with a bunch of diehard and real ones, subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on, and tune in an hour before tip-off on Wednesday because we got a long pregame show to talk about. We're going to talk about the game and recap what happened in Game 4, where the New York Knicks came back from down as many as 14 yet again. This team is unreal, man. It just feels like destiny at this point. We'll talk about that in a second. First, though, I got to give a major shout-out to our proud sponsor, Factor Meals. Make this your best season yet with nutritious 2-minute meals from Factor. Eating well has never been this easy. Just heat up and enjoy, giving you more time to do what you want. Get outside instead of prepping and cooking indoors. Factor meals arrive fresh and ready to eat, perfect for any active lifestyle. And when you use our promo code NicksChat50 off at factormeals.com/NicksChat50 off, you get 50% off plus free shipping. With 45 weekly menu options, you can pick gourmet meals that fit your goals. Choose from Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, and more. My life is better when I have Factor at the fridge because I live a busy lifestyle. I don't always have time to meal prep, go to the grocery store, and cook healthy meals. And that's why I love Factor. Get started today at factormeals.com/NicksChat50 off and use code NicksChat50 off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code NicksChat50 off at factormeals.com/NicksChat50 off for 50% off plus free shipping. Support the show, support the sponsor, be a real one. Shout out to Factor for sponsoring today's video. Knicks win 121-113. A game that I'm sure put a lot of people into a state of euphoria. I mean, I don't even really know how to recap that game except for to say the New York Knicks have a little bit more beaten inside their chest than the team that's been wearing white and green this series. Keys to the game, 25 assists for the Knicks compared to 15 for Boston. You beat them up on the glass. We've talked about at length on this channel. If you want to beat the Boston Celtics, you got to muck up this series and you got to beat them on the glass. They did. 43 rebounds for the Knicks, 31 for Boston, 13 on the offensive glass for the Knicks compared to 7 on the glass for Boston. In Game 1 and Game 2, the Celtics were able to generate second chance opportunities due to offensive rebounds. Mitchell Robinson has been a huge difference maker in that department. The New York Knicks were also just a great offensive squad last night, shooting about 54% from the field. They were money on mid-range jumpers all night long. Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, even Karl-Anthony Towns and Anunoby had a couple of mid-range J's. And they shot 35% from 3, making 12 of 34 attempts. Boston beat them from 3, outscoring them by 18 points from downtown, shooting 18 of 48, 37.5%. And they lost. The Knicks outwilled them, they outgritted them, and they outscored them. Knicks up 3-1. Major shout out to Jalen Brunson. 39 points, 12 assists, 1 turnover. The job of the point guard is to set the table, to take care of the basketball, to generate good looks for your teammates. That's the best I've ever seen Jalen Brunson look when it comes to being a table setter. On top of that, he's the best bucket getter in the National Basketball Association. 39 points. I think he had like 12 points at the half. I remember talking to producer Alper at half, and I said, Brunson's going to need to end with 35 and 10 if they want to win this game. He ended up with 39 and 12. 4 of 8 from downtown, 14 of 25 from the field. That third quarter stretch where Brunson and Tatum were exchanging baskets, it was a heavyweight fight. Everyone's throwing haymakers. Our guy just had a couple more buckets to give than their guy did, and he answered every single time. I also just want to say major shout out to Mikal Bridges. Type those 25s in the comment section. What this guy is doing in the fourth quarter of this season is truly unbelievable. I think everyone has had a right and a good reason to be frustrated with Mikal Bridges. There's been a lot of downs for him as a New York Knick. But man, oh man, in this postseason, there sure has been a lot of ups, and it always seems to come in the fourth quarter. Mikal Bridges is scoring 54 points in the fourth quarter, I believe, in this series, and he's doing it on 68% true shooting. Mid-range jumper after mid-range jumper after mid-range jumper. It looked like Sean Livingston and Kevin Durant had a baby, and Mikal Bridges was that guy that just kept getting to his spot, rising up, shooting over the defense, and getting it to fall time and time again. 10 of 15 from 2 was Bridges, with no dunks, rarely any layups, just all mid-range J's. A bucket getter through and through. The Knicks do not win this game without him. And yeah, F them picks. OG Anunoby deserves a lot of credit as well. Left the game with a hamstring injury. Not sure the extent of that injury, but it wasn't enough to hold him out of the game. He came back and he actually played better when he returned. I don't remember exactly what the score was. I don't know if it was 102-102. I think Tatum had just hit that 3 to tie it up at 102-102. And then OG Anunoby with the biggest shot of the game with under 5 minutes, has it on the right wing, puts it on the deck, puts Kristaps Porzingis in a blender, hits him with the step back, and drills a right wing 3 to give the Knicks a 105-102 lead. OG Anunoby in Game 2 and Game 3 scored a total of 7 points. He averaged 3.5 in those 2 ball games. Celtics fans told me that they figured out OG Anunoby. No, you didn't. He just put 20 on your head top, shooting 50% from 3 and 57% from the field, while also doing a heck of a job on defense as well. That's why you pay him $200 million. Major salute to the defensive demon OG Anunoby. Karl-Anthony Towns. Oh, you test me a lot, Karl-Anthony Towns. You are the most frustrating player in the NBA. But man, you showed up in a major, major way in that second half. I thought you were horrible in the first 2 quarters. I thought you were horrible pretty much for the first half of the third quarter. And then something clicked, and you started to get it rolling. You're too good to play the way you've played for the large part of this series. They don't really have anyone that can stop you when you're quick and decisive with your decisions. I thought he played great on defense when he was put on an island having to guard Jayson Tatum or Jaylen Brown. And he's doing it, and he's not even making threes. He was 11 of 12 from 2 yesterday. He missed 1 2-pointer. Major salute to you. I've been critical. I've been overly harsh. But man, I never love eating my words more than I do when I'm wrong about the Knicks. Karl-Anthony Towns, thank you. You're proving me wrong. Keep on doing it. Big shouts out to 32. Josh Hart. I don't really know what you did in that game, but it felt like it affected winning. 6 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 33% from 3 and 28% from the field. One of the game-changing plays in that ball game, in my opinion, was when Josh Hart went coast to coast to lay it up as time expired, essentially in that third quarter, going to his patented move, left, right, use the shoulder, create separation, and lay it up off the glass. That little off look into the corner gave him just a shred of daylight to get it done. Got to have heart, man. You got to have heart. 9 rebounds for him. I'm sure a couple of those came on the offensive end. 2 of those in that department. Man. Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell effing Robinson. Nobody believes in you. Nobody thinks you're that good, and you just continue to prove them wrong. Keep doing it, my man. Anytime there's a missed shot when he's on the floor, he gets his hand on it. 8 rebounds for Mitchell Robinson last night. 5 of those coming on the offensive glass. I thought he did a good job, just like Cat, when he was switched on to Tatum or Brown on the perimeter and having to hold his own. This team is different with Mitchell Robinson. It gives them another way to win. And the best teams in the league can win multiple styles of fights. Mitchell Robinson gives you a counter that not a lot of teams can counter too. Big ups to 23. Deuce McBride didn't play all that much. He had 2 big threes in the first half, and when he came in, I believe it was in that fourth quarter, he was flying around on defense, making it tough, moving his feet, contesting shots, being a defensive leader. 19 minutes for him. The starters play the whole third quarter. You start the fourth with Robinson and McBride, and man, they found a way, man. They kept on fighting. They really, really did. Jayson Tatum played his tail off. He really, really did. 42 points for him. He was exchanging clutch buckets with Jalen Brunson. I thought Tatum kind of started to settle for threes late in that ball game, which was an advantage for the New York Knicks. I was saying it all stream long, and I've been saying it all series long. Don't double Jayson Tatum. Don't double Jaylen Brown. If they score 50 off the bounce, you tip your cap. He was really close to doing it. He just didn't do it. He didn't do it. Knicks won by 8. I hope the injury is not serious. I hope he's able to play game 5. And I'm wishing nothing but the best for him and him as a player and him as the person. I hate the Celtics. I hate Jayson Tatum. I don't wish injury on anyone. In fact, I hope he's healthy because I want him on the court when we beat him up again in game 5 in their place. Major salutes to you, Jason. You played your tail off. You just couldn't outlast Jalen Brunson. Jaylen Brown, really good player. He hasn't been the answer for Boston this series. Once again, shooting below 45% from the field. Once again, not even making an impact on the defensive end. He cannot dribble. He literally cannot dribble. Just make him dribble and he'll turn the ball over. He did it a couple of times. Last night he was in foul trouble because when he did try to guard, he just was hacking. 4 turnovers for him compared to 2 assists. Not very good there. What I will say is he's played 39 career games without Jayson Tatum. In those games, he averages 27 points, 7 boards, and 4 assists. It's his team now. He was the finals MVP. Knicks got to make sure that he doesn't beat him and get it done in game 5 and not let the series go any longer. Kristaps Porzingis, you were asked before the series about what it's like to play at Madison Square Garden. And you said, what do you expect? We're going to be out there like a deer in headlights not knowing what to do? You had 7 points on 33% shooting. You also had 2 free throws in the fourth quarter, and you bricked them both. He also said the Knicks got to go to TD Garden. Well, we're 2-0 there. And we beat you at our place. And you folded. And you choked. Nice going. Nice going. You're really holding it down for your team, my man. 7'3", 7 points, 4 rebounds. Very fitting. If you want the Knicks to win Game 5, to end this series, to move on to the conference finals for the first time in a quarter century, hit that thumbs up icon. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram at @MarshallGreen_ on both platforms. I'm tweeting and posting short form content over there. Enjoy this, Knicks fans. Enjoy it, enjoy it, enjoy it. I don't mean to be corny, but job's not finished. You don't win the series getting to 3 wins. You win the series getting to 4. Boston, with or without Jayson Tatum, is more than capable of making this a series again. Don't even let him come up for air. Put him in the dirt. Appreciate you guys. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up icon, and let's go Knicks!